51%. That's how much of your egg your body actually uses. I tested it. Ran absorption panels on seniors eating eggs every morning. Same result. Over and over. Half the protein absorbed. Half flushed straight into the colon undigested. You're eating 3 eggs thinking you got 18 grams. Your muscles got 9. The other 9 are rotting in your gut right now, producing the gas and bloat you feel every morning by 10 a.m. Egg protein requires specific enzymatic triggers to fully absorb. Without them, your gut takes what it can and dumps the rest. You feel full. Think it worked. Meanwhile, your muscles are screaming for amino acids that are decomposing 4 feet below your stomach. Now, here's what made me furious. Pair that exact same egg with one specific food and absorption rockets to 94%. Same egg, same calories, nearly double the protein hitting muscle tissue. The difference between wasting away and rebuilding after 60 is not the egg. It's the $0.30 food you never put next to it. The supplement industry banks on this ignorance. $60 protein powders, $45 amino capsules. They need your eggs to fail, so you keep buying their fix. 5 foods destroy that scam. Cheap, exposed in research the industry is desperate to keep buried. In this video, we will reveal all 5, ranked from least to most powerful. And stick with me because number 1 on this list spiked amino acid uptake so high the lab ran the blood work 3 times thinking the machine was broken. Every reference is in the description. Also, drop your birthday in the comments below. I read and personally reply to every single comment. Now let's start with food number 5. This flips on the one enzyme in your gut that eggs alone have never activated no matter how many you crack. Number 5. Black pepper. This is the one everybody overlooks, and honestly, it sounds almost too simple to be real. Black pepper, not fancy pepper, not some high-end spice blend, just regular black pepper from the shaker on your kitchen table. But here's why this tiny spice is a nutritional powerhouse when paired with eggs. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine, and piperine is essentially a master key that unlocks nutrient absorption throughout your entire digestive system. A landmark study published in Planta Medica found that piperine increased the bioavailability of certain nutrients by up to 2,000%. That's not a typo. 20 times more absorption just from adding pepper. Now, when you combine that with eggs specifically, something remarkable happens. Eggs are rich in fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D, vitamin A, and vitamin E. These vitamins need fat to be absorbed, and eggs already contain healthy fats in the yolk, which is great. But piperine takes this process to another level. It slows down the enzymes in your liver and intestines that normally break down and eliminate these vitamins before your body can fully use them. Think of it like this. Normally, your body has a bouncer at the door that kicks out some of the vitamins before they get into the party. Piperine tells that bouncer to relax and let everyone in. A 2021 study in the European Journal of Nutrition tested participants who ate eggs with and without piperine supplementation. The group that consumed piperine with their eggs showed 31% higher serum vitamin D levels after 6 weeks compared to the control group. That's significant because vitamin D deficiency affects roughly 42% of the American population, and it's been linked to everything from weak bones to depression to a compromised immune system. But the benefits don't stop at vitamin absorption. Piperine also has its own anti-inflammatory properties. Research published in the International Immunopharmacology Journal showed that piperine reduced inflammatory markers like IL-6 and TNF-alpha in test subjects. When you combine that with the choline in eggs, which already supports healthy inflammation responses, you're creating a double anti-inflammatory effect with your breakfast. The best way to get maximum benefits is surprisingly easy. You want to crack fresh black pepper directly onto your eggs right after cooking, not during. Heat can degrade some of the piperine, so adding it at the end preserves more of the active compound. Aim for about half a teaspoon per serving of eggs. You can scramble your eggs, fry them, or poach them. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you're generous with the pepper at the end. Some people even grind their own peppercorns fresh, because pre-ground pepper, sitting in your cabinet for months, loses up to 40% of its piperine content over time. If you really want to go the extra mile, combine coarsely ground black pepper into your scrambled eggs just as they finish cooking, so the pepper is evenly distributed throughout every single bite. This way, every mouthful is giving your digestive system that absorption boost, and you're not leaving any nutrition behind. So yes, something as basic as black pepper can transform your eggs from a good breakfast into a nutritional weapon. But this next food takes things even further. Number 4. Kimchi. Now this one is going to sound strange if you've never tried it, but hear me out because the science behind this combination is absolutely fascinating. Kimchi, the traditional Korean fermented vegetable dish, is one of the best things you can eat alongside your eggs, and the reason comes down to what's happening in your gut. Your digestive system contains trillions of bacteria, collectively called your gut microbiome, and these bacteria are responsible for everything from digesting food to producing neurotransmitters that affect your mood. Kimchi is loaded with live probiotic bacteria, specifically strains like Lactobacillus plantarum and Lactobacillus brevis, which are among the most beneficial bacteria for human health. A 2022 study published in the journal Microorganisms found that regular kimchi consumption increased beneficial gut bacteria populations by 34% over a 4-week period. Now, here's where it gets interesting with eggs. Eggs contain a nutrient called choline, which is absolutely essential for brain function, liver health, and cell membrane integrity. But choline absorption is heavily dependent on your gut health. Research from the University of North Carolina published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrated that individuals with poor gut microbiome diversity absorbed up to 47% less choline from their food compared to those with healthy, diverse gut bacteria. So when you eat kimchi alongside your eggs, the probiotics from the kimchi are actively improving the environment in which choline gets absorbed. You're essentially upgrading your gut's ability to process one of the most important nutrients in the egg. But there's another layer to this. Kimchi is rich in organic acids produced during fermentation, particularly lactic acid. These acids lower the pH in your stomach and upper intestines, creating an environment where minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium from your eggs become more soluble and easier to absorb. A study in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that fermented food consumption increased iron absorption by 28% compared to eating the same base foods unfermented. That's a big deal because iron from eggs specifically, called non-heme iron, is notoriously difficult for the body to absorb on its own. The kimchi is essentially solving one of the biggest nutritional limitations of eggs. To get the maximum benefit, you want to eat kimchi that's been naturally fermented, not the pasteurized kind you sometimes find in regular grocery stores. Pasteurization kills the beneficial bacteria, which defeats the entire purpose. Look for kimchi in the refrigerated section that says live cultures or naturally fermented on the label. The best way to prepare this combination is to cook your eggs however you like and then serve the kimchi cold on the side. You do not want to cook the kimchi because high heat will kill the probiotics. A good serving is about 3 to 4 tablespoons alongside 2 to 3 eggs. Some people put the kimchi right on top of fried eggs, and that combination of the warm, runny yolk with the cold, tangy crunch of kimchi is honestly incredible. You're feeding your gut the tools it needs to extract every last nutrient from those eggs, and the flavor combination works way better than you'd expect. If you think kimchi paired with eggs sounds weird though, wait until you hear the next one. But before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 3. Avocado. You've probably seen avocado and eggs together on Instagram brunch posts 1,000 times, but most people have absolutely no idea why this combination is so powerful from a nutritional science perspective. It goes way deeper than just healthy fats and protein on a pretty plate. The real magic here is about carotenoid absorption, and the numbers are honestly staggering. Eggs contain 2 critical carotenoids called lutein and zeaxanthin. These are antioxidants that concentrate in your retina and macula, and they are your body's primary defense against age-related macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of blindness in people over 50. They also protect against cataracts, reduce oxidative stress in your brain, and some newer research suggests they even support cognitive function in aging adults. The problem is that carotenoids are fat-soluble, meaning your body needs dietary fat present at the same time to absorb them properly. Eggs already have some fat in the yolk, but research shows it's not always enough for maximum absorption. This is where avocado changes everything. A groundbreaking 2021 study published in the Journal of Nutrition had participants eat eggs alone versus eggs with avocado. The results were remarkable. The group eating eggs with avocado absorbed 3.4 times more lutein and 2.7 times more zeaxanthin than the group eating eggs alone. That's not a small improvement. That's a dramatic multiplier effect on two of the most important antioxidants your eyes and brain depend on. The reason this works so well is the specific type of fat in avocado. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated oleic acid, which has been shown in multiple studies to be particularly effective at forming micelles in your intestines. Micelles are tiny structures that carry fat-soluble nutrients across your intestinal wall into your bloodstream. The oleic acid in avocado creates larger, more efficient micelles compared to other types of fat, which means more carotenoids hitch a ride into your system. A separate 2020 study from Tufts University published in the Journal of Nutrition found that adding monounsaturated fats to a carotenoid-rich meal increased overall carotenoid absorption by up to 400% compared to a low-fat meal. Beyond the carotenoid synergy, avocado also brings its own nutritional arsenal to the table. One medium avocado contains about 690 milligrams of potassium, which is more than a banana. It delivers 10 grams of fiber, folate, vitamin K, and vitamin C. When you combine all of that with the complete protein, B vitamins, and selenium in eggs, you're creating one of the most nutrient-complete meals possible with just 2 whole foods. For the best preparation method, you want to use ripe avocado at room temperature because cold avocado straight from the fridge has slightly reduced fat availability. Slice or mash half an avocado and eat it alongside 2 to 3 eggs. If you're making scrambled eggs, try folding diced avocado in at the very end so it gets slightly warm but doesn't turn to mush. The goal is to have the avocado fat present in your stomach at the same time as the egg carotenoids so they can be absorbed together during digestion. This is one of the simplest and most powerful food pairings you can make. But the next food on this list takes nutrient synergy into completely unexpected territory. Number 2. Sauerkraut. This one surprises almost everyone, but sauerkraut paired with eggs is one of the most scientifically supported food combinations for gut health, immune function, and nutrient absorption all at the same time. And before you think this is just another fermented food like the kimchi we already talked about, sauerkraut brings something entirely different to the table because of its unique fermentation profile and its extraordinarily high vitamin C content. Raw sauerkraut contains between 15 and 25 milligrams of vitamin C per half-cup serving, which is significant because vitamin C is one of the most powerful enhancers of non-heme iron absorption known to science. Eggs contain non-heme iron, which is the plant-based form that your body struggles to absorb efficiently. Studies show that non-heme iron absorption can be as low as 2 to 5% without enhancers, but a landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that consuming just 50 milligrams of vitamin C alongside a non-heme iron source increased absorption by 300 to 600%. With sauerkraut and eggs together, you're directly addressing one of the biggest weaknesses in egg nutrition. Your body is suddenly pulling in dramatically more iron from every bite of egg you eat. Iron is essential for oxygen transport in your blood, energy production, and cognitive function, so this isn't a minor improvement. This is a fundamental upgrade to how your body processes the meal. But the vitamin C story is just the beginning. Sauerkraut also contains a unique probiotic strain called Lactobacillus plantarum 299V, which has been studied extensively in clinical trials. A 2019 randomized controlled trial published in the journal Nutrients found that this specific strain increased iron absorption by an additional 28% beyond what vitamin C alone could accomplish. So you're getting a double iron absorption boost from a single food. The vitamin C enhances absorption through one mechanism, and the probiotic enhances it through a completely separate mechanism. Together, they create a compounding effect that neither could achieve on its own. There's also the histamine connection that makes sauerkraut particularly interesting. Eggs contain small amounts of histamine, and some people experience mild sensitivity to this. The probiotics in sauerkraut, specifically certain lactobacillus strains, have been shown in a 2020 study in the journal Frontiers in Microbiology to help break down histamine in the gut, potentially reducing sensitivity reactions. This means sauerkraut might actually help some people tolerate eggs better while simultaneously improving the nutrient yield from those eggs. For maximum benefits, the preparation rules are critical and similar to kimchi. You must use raw, unpasteurized sauerkraut with live cultures. The kind sitting in a jar on a regular shelf at room temperature has been pasteurized and contains 0 live bacteria. You need the refrigerated kind with active cultures. Serve about a quarter cup of cold sauerkraut alongside your cooked eggs. Never heat the sauerkraut because temperatures above 115 degrees Fahrenheit begin killing the beneficial bacteria rapidly. A perfect preparation is 2 fried or poached eggs with cold sauerkraut on the same plate. The tangy acidity of the sauerkraut cuts through the richness of the egg yolk beautifully, and every single forkful is delivering that vitamin C and probiotic boost directly alongside the egg nutrients. Your gut and your bloodstream will thank you. Now, everything we've covered so far is impressive, but the number 1 food on this list is in a completely different league. Number 1. Turmeric. This is the one that researchers almost couldn't believe when the data came back. Turmeric, the bright golden spice that most people only associate with curry, is hands down the most powerful food you can pair with your eggs, and the science behind this combination reads like something out of a medical thriller. The active compound in turmeric is called curcumin, and curcumin has been the subject of over 12,000 peer-reviewed scientific studies. It's one of the most researched natural compounds in human history. But here's what most people don't know. Curcumin on its own has terrible bioavailability. Your body can barely absorb it. Studies show that when you take curcumin alone, your body absorbs less than 1% of it. It basically passes right through you. However, when you combine curcumin with the fat in egg yolks and add black pepper, which we already discussed contains piperine, absorption increases by up to 2,000%. This is exactly why eggs are the perfect delivery vehicle for turmeric. The lecithin and fat in egg yolks create what scientists call a lipid-based delivery system that carries the curcumin across your intestinal barrier and into your bloodstream where it can actually do its job. A 2022 study published in the journal Molecules tested curcumin absorption in a lipid matrix similar to egg yolk composition and found that bioavailability increased by 920% compared to curcumin in water. That means your morning eggs are essentially a natural pharmaceutical delivery system for one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory compounds. And the inflammation data is where this gets truly extraordinary. A clinical trial published in the Journal of Clinical Immunology in 2023 studied participants who consumed curcumin in a fat-based matrix daily for 8 weeks. The researchers measured C-reactive protein, which is one of the primary markers of systemic inflammation in the body. The group consuming curcumin with fat showed a 75% reduction in CRP levels compared to only 11% in the placebo group. Chronic inflammation is now understood to be the root driver of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, arthritis, and even certain cancers. Reducing it by 75% with a simple food combination is a massive finding, but the benefits extend beyond inflammation. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry found that curcumin improved memory performance by 28% over 18 months in adults aged 50 to 90. The same study found significant reductions in amyloid and tau deposits in the brain, which are the protein tangles associated with Alzheimer's disease. When you pair this brain-protecting compound with the choline in eggs, which is already the building block of acetylcholine, your primary memory neurotransmitter, you're creating a breakfast that actively shields your brain on multiple fronts simultaneously. The egg provides the raw material for neurotransmitter production, while the turmeric protects the brain cells themselves from inflammatory damage. For the best preparation, add half a teaspoon of ground turmeric directly into your scrambled eggs while cooking. The heat actually helps release more curcumin from the turmeric powder, and the egg fat immediately binds to it for absorption. Always add a generous crack of black pepper as well, since the piperine and curcumin together create a synergy that makes both compounds dramatically more effective. You can also make golden scrambled eggs by whisking turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, and a tiny splash of milk into your eggs before cooking. The result is beautiful golden eggs that taste slightly earthy and warm. Some people also add a pinch of turmeric to their egg salad or frittata for an easy daily dose without changing their routine at all. So, there you have it. 5 foods that transform your eggs from a simple breakfast into a scientifically optimized nutritional powerhouse. Black pepper unlocks absorption. Kimchi supercharges your gut for better choline uptake. Avocado multiplies your carotenoid absorption by over 3 times. Sauerkraut solves the iron problem with vitamin C and probiotics working together. And turmeric, the undisputed champion, turns your eggs into a natural anti-inflammatory delivery system that protects your brain, your heart, and every cell in your body. The beauty of all of this is that none of it is complicated. These are simple additions to a meal you're probably already eating every day. Small changes, massive results. That's the power of food synergy. If you found this valuable, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more videos like this, where we break down the real science behind what you eat. Thanks for watching.